Okay, let's try this again. Take two of the Saturday morning live stream. Uh, right now it is 9:47 a.m. So I'll go for a while here, and let's have some fun. And yeah, so I'm back. I wanted to kind of start over there, and but I'm back. Not much going on today. Tomorrow, go back to work, and yeah, so I'm just kind of hanging around here for a little bit. Figured why not do a live stream for people that haven't seen. Last night, me, Retro Scotty, and Alex, we did a live commentary of Mortal Kombat Annihilation. And then next, we're going to do the reboot. And then after the reboot, we're thinking about doing the first three live action Ninja Turtle movies. So, yeah, it's been fun. And hopefully we'll get another guest in there for at some point for a commentary. Uh, maybe Fabio or whoever, but I'll ask. Maybe at some point here, it just depends. I know everybody's busy and stuff, and with work and all that. But somebody out there's watching. Let's see who is watching today. Hey, Alex. So we got Alex so far. As far as reviews, I got a couple of people that left a suggestion for Men in Black 2, Bean 1997, and then on Twitter, one of my friends on Twitter suggested Jawbreaker, which I've never seen. I've heard about the movie, um, but yeah, so that might be a review here soon. The only I've I've never gotten a request on Twitter, but there you go. I have never seen Less Than Zero, but I've heard about it. So maybe I'll check out Jawbreaker here soon. But like I said, right now I'm just kind of going at random. Like the way the movie collection is out of order, and I'm just kind of like picking from the collection the way it's set up right now because it's all random. But yeah, so I reviewed Judgment Night, and Kevin, if you're watching, I did get your request via Patreon. He wants me to review the Super Mario Brothers movie that came out this year. Hey Tojira. So very soon here I'll be checking out the Super Mario Brothers movie of this year. Uh, and then maybe after that, Jawbreaker. Did you know Dolph was planning The Punisher 2? Oh, that's cool. I wonder what were the ideas for the sequel? See, that's one like I could have seen that happen back in the day, but I don't think it did anything when it came out. The Punisher. So what I'm thinking about doing again is kind of like, let me see here, thoughts on the Pumpkinhead horror movie. It's good. I do like Pumpkinhead. I haven't seen it in maybe 2 or 3 years, but I do like the movie. But I'm thinking about soon, like, kind of doing a little bit more one-on-ones. I don't know. But yeah, well, uh, I'm thinking about it. So, but anyways, yeah, I get that way sometimes where, like I have like 10 ideas that I want to do for videos and the channel, and I'm trying to like figure out, okay, which do I do first? What looks the best? And I have that issue sometimes of, you know, not planning a little bit better. Like I should make a video schedule, um, spend this much time working on a video. So that's what I need to work on. I don't go to Hardee's much. We have a Hardee's down the street here, but I don't really go to Hardee's much. I'm not a big fan of Hardee's. I just no, Retro Scotty is not my twin brother. He's my brother from another mother. But Scotty is a cool guy. But yeah, I mean, Hardee's is literally like 3 miles from here, and I just don't go there much. I think their breakfast is like, their breakfast is okay, but I'm not a big burger person anyways. So, you know, being that I'm not a big burger person, I don't really like going to McDonald's or Hardee's, Burger King. That's just me. I'm more of like a chicken guy or a steak guy. I'm just not really big into burgers. Let me go ahead and change the thumbnail while I'm at it. I think I've heard this before that Joe Dante was going to make a Jetsons movie back in the day. And for people that, I mean, I think you all know who Joe Dante is, but Joe Dante directed Gremlins. He directed Inner Space, The Burbs. And back in the day, I guess he was going to do a Jetsons movie, live action. And Chevy Chase was going to play George Jetson, Shelley Long as Judy. I don't, I could see that happening maybe around the time of the Flintstones when that came out, because they were doing that kind of thing, that kind of movie. How good it would have been, it's hard to tell, but I can see Chevy Chase as George Jetson. Like it makes sense. Kind of like, John Goodman as Fred Flintstone. You know, him as George makes sense. Uh, well, I mean, Chevy Chase, I mean, back in the day, I think would have worked. If I had to come up with another name, as weird as it sounds, maybe a Travolta, or now I'm looking at my collection, maybe a Jeff Bridges, or maybe Robin, maybe Nick Cage. Yeah, Explorers. Okay, the thing about that movie, the first two-thirds of the film is fun, it's adventurous, and I liked. The last third of the movie, I hate because you have those very annoying aliens that you want to super kick in the face and give these aliens stone cold stunners. Uh, Yeah, I hate that part of the movie. But the stuff prior to the third act, I enjoy. I have not seen Saw 10 yet. Um, I have not seen a Saw film since like Saw 7, which, when did that come out? 2010? I will say, the first three Saw movies, but after that, it got really convoluted. I would say I prefer Aliens more. I love both of them, but I'm a bigger fan of Aliens. That would have been fun, if Schwarzenegger played Judge Dredd back in the day. Um, I mean, I have to. It's a good what if. I like to imagine what would have happened if he did, because that same year he would have twins that would be a big hit. Would that have been, let's say, a what if, a hypothetical? If Arnold did play Dredd back in '88, would that have been another big hit for Arnold? That's one of those like fun what if things. Was Paul Verhoeven going to direct it too? Yeah, Paul Verhoeven would have been cool. Like he would have been a great choice for that. He could have still directed the '95 movie, but that's in another universe. Yeah, Aliens is great. Battletoads I've heard of but never played. Now, even back in the day, I never had like I had an NES way back when, because we borrowed it from a family member, and I remember some of the games that we had. I never had a Super Nintendo. I never had a Sega Genesis. I had a PlayStation, Nintendo 64. Then when PlayStation 2 came around, I had that. But with the Sega Genesis, it always seemed like somebody else had that. Like a cousin had a Sega Genesis, and I would go over their house and play some of that. Oh boy! Oh hi. Yeah, I've always heard about that too. That Albert Pion was going to do Spider Man for Canon back in the day. And like some of the sets for the movie Cyborg with Van Damme, like those sets that they had for that movie, uh, like that was going to be part of the film, the Spider Man film, which is weird because that movie is in this post apocalyptic future, and these buildings are about to crumble. So I'm trying to figure out, how do you use how do you use these sets? I thought that's what I heard, that the sets that were used in that movie, they had in mind for the Spider-Man film, or they were going to use. um well, to be honest with you, I like, okay, so with Star Trek, I haven't seen a lot of the original series. uh I do like the Next Generation. I'm not a big fan of the reboot that came out in '09. There's like some good stuff in it, like the 2009 reboot, but I'm not a big fan of it. Um, I much prefer, with Star Trek. I love the first, six movies, but I never had, like, with the original series, I've never really sat down and watched, some episodes or what have you. I haven't really seen enough of the original show. What if JCVD was Spider Man? I would watch it. I don't know much about the new Godzilla movie. That's interesting. So, oh shit. Oh, I got plenty of sleep, so I don't know why I'm yawning here. Biker Mice from Mars. I know what it is, but I've never seen it. Hey, Junebug. Um, I mean, well, one that I think about Aaron, the Reese 007. I haven't seen him in years, and I don't know what happened to him. I don't know. He just kind of disappeared. I think he did like one last video, um, but that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know what happened to Aaron. Efrey, a great guy, and I wish that he was still around and he would make videos. And he's a great guy. So Aaron and Efrey, I miss those guys. Hey, Alter Ego. Man. Yeah, I know Efrey still pops in once in a while. Um, you know, but back a few years ago, he did some videos, and I always enjoyed watching his stuff. And yeah, Efrey's a great guy. I mean, you see him pop up once in a while, but um, I miss his stuff. Yeah, I've heard about that one, Man to Man. It was going to be like a buddy cop alien movie. Maybe sort of like a la Alienation. It would have been fun to see Arnold and Dolph work together because I think Arnold was going to be in that too. Then I think maybe Arnold could have been the alien, or Jack Craven would know. If Jack Craven was here, he would know and he would tell you. But I think Arnold and Dolph, they were going to be in that movie. Yeah, and Craig R. Baxley was going to direct, the guy that directed Action Jackson and Stone Cold. It would have been fun. And I Come in Peace. The 1994 movie, yeah, I mean, it's fine for what it is. Um, like, I can watch it. I never heard of that person. Yeah, Action Jackson. It's a fun action movie. Barbecue, huh? How do you like your ribs? I always remember that line from the movie. And I haven't seen that in some time. I need to rewatch it again. An animated Lone Ranger movie? I don't know, would people really care? I mean, they didn't care about the Lone Ranger that came out a decade ago. um, so I don't know if they would they even care about an animated version? Maybe that would have been interesting. I don't have any favorite episodes, but I always love the episodes that would feature Q, John D. Lancey. Um, I think there's one, I forgot the name of it, but like there's one where Data's on trial. Maybe for people that know the series, you know which episode that I'm talking about. But the one that I remember, like Data's on trial for, you know, is he a human? Is he a cyborg? I forgot the name of it. Matter of Truth, or I don't know if that's the name of it. Um, I remember that one, but I need to go back and rewatch it. Messenger of Death, I've heard of but never seen. Okay, Measure of the Man. Yeah, that's it. That's the one I remember. I need to get the whole series. Ho 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 ho. Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting tired here. I got plenty of sleep, so I don't know what. I get that way sometimes. Just okay. Yeah, I mean, if now, like, it's one thing if you're walking with your kids or your family, but don't go up to somebody's door if you're over the age of 15 and you're getting candy. I mean, come on. I mean, go to a party, do something else for God's sakes. Or, for me, you should like not trick or treat anymore if you're over the age of 13. Like 11, 12, 13, somewhere around there. Save it for the kids. Yeah. Should Popeye's chicken sell spinach? I guess. Hey, Common Rider. I've never seen that before. The only Charles Bronson movies that I've seen is 10 to Midnight. Was it White Buffalo? I thought that was fun. Red Sun, that's a good one. But you'd be surprised. I haven't seen many. I like the first Death Wish movie, but I haven't seen the sequels yet. It's just one of those weird things. That'd be cool. Great American Cookies. Don't know what that is. Now we do have something around here, and I'm sure Gabo has heard of this, but and I don't know if it's only exclusive to this state, but there's a cookie place called Crumble, and you get these like big cookies that are like this size and like that thick. So yeah, I mean, if you're like over the age of 13, don't go trick or treating. I mean, it's just stupid. No, I would say like for trick or treaters, save it for the kids. Uh, to me, if you're over the age of 12 or 13, you don't need to be going up to people's doors and asking for candy. I mean, go to a party, do something else. Well, the nearest Crumble is like an hour away. And I want to say these stores are nationwide. I could be wrong, but I've only been there once, and it was good. Yeah, people our age go to parties. I've never seen Poltergeist 3, but yeah, I do know Heather O'Rourke died shortly before filming Wrapped, which is sad. Um, Probably Killing Gunther. That was awful. Killing Gunther was awful. We don't need a Poltergeist TV show. What can they do with the TV show? I mean, honestly, what can they do with a Poltergeist TV show that the remake, I mean, that we all remember? Remember that? That was so memorable. The Poltergeist remake that came out back in what, 2014 or 15? Yeah, because we remember that. That's my thoughts on that. Yeah, I do know about Judith Barzy. Yeah, it's sad. Poltergeist TV show, I maybe, but I can't remember. Another School of Rock movie. I don't know if you really need a sequel. Yeah, Star Wars is dead. No, I saw that in the theater. I saw the Poltergeist remake in the theater, unfortunately, and I saw it with a friend who's a girl, and I was like, I can't wait for this to be over. She might have. I think she liked it, but I did not. Okay, yeah, because I don't I wouldn't have remembered that. Okay, that's cool. When did Sam Raimi lose his talent? Spider-Man 3. When he did that film, I do think Spider-Man 3 just really damaged his career. Is you know what the more I'm starting to think, yeah, I kind of remember something because I had it one time some time ago. I was at a pawn shop and I had Poltergeist in my hands, and I'm like, this isn't the film, this is a show. So now that I do remember, I've never seen the show, but I do remember one time having in my hand the Poltergeist series. So I do remember that. Yeah, I mean, sure. I go back and I will go back and rewatch, Jingle All the Way, Die Hard, Christmas Vacation, Scrooged. So I do go back and rewatch those. Well, right now I'm kind of like, going at random. I'll take a suggestion for a film, and then like what I'll do is for every two or three reviews, I'll do that movie. Um, so yeah, I'm just kind of like going at my own pace, but I'll take a suggestion or what have you. Now with Kevin, he's a Patreon member, so I'm doing that for him. It's the least I can do, and I'll be doing that. He requested that I check out the Super Mario Brothers movie that came out this year, so we'll be doing that soon. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of as far as the channel goes and what I'm doing, it's between it's mostly random, but I'll take a suggestion. Uh, I mean, well, if it's a bad movie, why would I enjoy it? Do you mean like so bad it's good? I don't know. I have to think about that one. A Johnny Quest, a live action movie back in the 80s. I don't know how that would have turned out. Uh, I think I may have like always with the Mad magazines, I was always more fascinated by the art, but I never really got heavy into those magazines. Like I remember picking one up back in the day, but I don't remember any certain ones or what, or anything. The day the earth blew up, never don't know what that is. Good, because we don't need a remake of the Salem's Lot. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think I think going back last night and rewatching Mortal Kombat Annihilation took a toll on me a little bit. Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme. I don't really go to either. I like a donut once in a while, but I don't eat donuts much. I try to watch what I eat. But maybe Dunkin' by default. Let me see what's going on. Movie news. I did see the trailer for this new Marvel series called Echo, which I don't know anything about. I know that it has Kingpin in it, and watching the trailer, I'm like, who's this lady? Like, I just feel out of the like watching that trailer. I felt out of the loop. Well, at the theater, mostly I would just get a drink. If somebody else gets popcorn, then I'll try to take a little bit. But I don't really get popcorn. Like, if I go to a theater, I don't really get popcorn for myself. Um, that's just me because I know I'm not going to finish it. Like, even at home, I don't eat a lot of popcorn. I'm not a big popcorn eater. But if I'm at the theater, yeah, I'll eat a little bit of popcorn if somebody else buys it. I'm just saying. Yeah, John Landis, he's a piece of work. Uh, I don't know much about the backstory on that. Um, I don't know much about that. 2024. I mean, what's coming out next year that is there to look forward to because everything is being pushed. I mean, everything's being delayed because of the actor strike. We're going to push everything another year. So next year, no matter no matter what you look forward to, it's a question mark. We don't need a Blood and Honey 2. Come on. Yeah, I like popcorn. I just don't eat a lot of it. Yeah, I can't believe that either. He should have went to jail. That's my opinion. Ugh. Whew. Oscar with Sly. It's a fun movie. Which, yeah, John Landis directed that one, but it's a fun movie. I mean, Stallone, trying something different. It's comical. Good cast. Yeah, because you have Marissa Tomei in that. Uh, it's been a couple of months or so since I've seen the film, but yeah, I mean, you have quite a good cast. Tim Curry's in that film, uh, and a bunch of names. Yeah, Planes and Trains is definitely my favorite Thanksgiving movie. And I just found out that Alamo Drafthouse, which is like a 45-minute drive from here, they're going to be playing that movie, I think, later this month or December. And I definitely would love to check that out in the theater. Watchmen back in the 80s with Dolph and Jamie Lee Curtis. That would have been something, especially with Terry Gilliam. But I'm going to get a water and I will be back. I'll be right back. Get me a water. Yeah, so when I stood up, I stepped on a bottle cap and it just went. It just it popped. Yeah, so there's this. I mentioned this before, but there's this retro theater that plays old movies. And next Friday, they're doing a double feature of Blue Velvet and Silence of the Lambs. And I'm like, maybe that would be fun. Last night, they had one for Alien and Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 78 version. And like 200 people showed up. And I'm like, you know, I have to do one before the year is out. And they're doing more next year. Uh, I think in January they're doing a T2 and Total Recall. So I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to see that one. I'm definitely game for that one. So, in fact, let me pull it up right here if I can. So, November 17th, they're doing Star Wars Episode 4 New Hope and Spaceballs. December 1st, they're doing The Big Lebowski and Roadhouse, which sounds fun. Hey, Jamie. Good morning to you. Yeah, I was just reading off some of these film events. This retro theater, they're playing these double features for the rest of the year. and it's about an hour away from here, and I've been there a couple of times. And December 1st, they're going to be playing The Big Lebowski and Roadhouse. December 8th, The Nightmare Before Christmas and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which could be fun. But yeah, next Friday they're doing Blue Velvet and The Silence of the Lambs, which is a crazy double feature. I've never seen the original Dune. I do have it on DVD somewhere. Let's see. Let's go to comingsoon.net. If Tim Burton directed a Pillsbury biopic, and it doesn't sound like a Tim Curry, not Tim Curry, Tim Burton movie. I do want to play RoboCop Rogue City. I do want to play that. I have Steam. I wonder how much it is on Steam. But it looks fun. Yeah, I've seen Blue Velvet. Blue Velvet's a weird movie, but I like it. Yeah, The Thing I would love to see in the theater. I had an opportunity back in October. They had a whole weekend where they were showing horror movies, but they were going to show like The Crow during the day. They were going to show The Crow, and then later that night, The Shining. But I didn't do it. I should have. The worst movie that I've watched at school, I can't remember. Hey man, Jack. Yeah, Jack Craven. It was fun. Awful movie, but it was a fun commentary. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, Judgment Night's a very underrated film. The new Hellboy game, I don't know much about. I tried watching that movie. I don't know. There's just something about it I just can't get into. I mean, I like the cast, but I don't know. There's just something about that film I just can't get into. Am I alone there or a Furby biopic? Well, anything can happen. I thought, aren't they making one about the Beanie Babies movie? Or like, the popularity of it, Yeah, I would. Yeah, I had an opportunity to go see it last month, but I think we had overtime that week, and it was just I would have to like go back out in the city because I already travel a little bit to work, and I would have to go back out there, and I didn't feel like going. Um, yeah, it is. I mean, it's just it's a weird film. Like I was watching the first 5 minutes of it, I'm like, what is this? Um, I think maybe I want to say I have it somewhere, but I can't remember. Okay. Like maybe I picked it up for cheap. I can't honestly remember if I have it or not. There's so many movies behind me and over there. That would be a boring ass movie. uh, I know what a pet rock is. It was like a thing back in the 70s that people would have, like just a pet rock. Can you imagine Peter Jackson directing that? That would be a very long, unexciting movie. Mandrake the Magician, don't know much about. Jeff Goldblum is so hot. What, as an alien? Or or Jeff Goldblum? Which one are we talking about here? Do you like uh, him as the Fly? Is that hot? I'm just messing. But I like Jeff Goldblum as an actor. I wonder what he thinks about that movie. What does Jim Carrey think about that movie? Damon Wayans, what does he think about that movie now? I would turn it off, or I might get sucked in like the movie Stay Tuned with John Ritter. Okay. A Wind in the Willows biopic? I have no idea what that is. He's hot in The Fly. I thought you were going to say during his like the transformation, when he's becoming the Fly and stuff. I'm just joking. Who knows? So you don't like it when when he becomes the Fly and stuff? You don't like that? Yeah, I would have loved to have seen that back in the day. Yeah, Stallone was going to do that film, and it was going to be like a creature feature. It was, I think, it was going to have like Walter Matthau in it, James Belushi, and it would have been fun. Why it didn't happen, I don't know. But yeah, Roland Emmerich was going to direct it, and why didn't he do it? I don't know. To be honest with you, I'd much rather have had that movie than Judge Dredd or, The Specialist. I don't hate The Specialist, but it's okay. But it's just, it could have been so much better. What if John Woo directed Lord of the Rings? It would be more exciting. Can you imagine the slow motion and all that stuff in that movie? Yeah, those are the good parts. What are you talking about? But I love The Fly. It's one of my favorite horror films of the 80s. The Token biopic? No. Keanu Reeves was going to be Plastic Man back in the day, directed by Joe Dante. Is that true? I mean, is Jack Craven? Are you still here? Have you heard of this before? I've never heard of that one. That Keanu was going to play Plastic Man back in the day. What is Plastic Man? What is his powers? Yeah, The Fly is up there. I would say definitely my top 5 remakes, along with The Thing and The Blob and The Hills of Eyes that came out in 06. I do enjoy that one quite a bit. Where do you come up with these ideas? The Coen brothers directing like Eminem's biopic? It would be like a dark comedy. I don't know. The tagline would be plain or peanut. I don't know. I'm just trying to imagine what that would look like. The Rocketeers. You mean The Rocketeer? Yeah, the Rocketeer is a great movie. Yeah, I got the Blob on DVD somewhere. I would love to get the Blu-ray. I think it's Scream Factory. I would love to get that. But I love the Blob. I haven't watched it in probably maybe 3 or 4 years. But even for October, I didn't really watch a lot of horror movies. I think it was just time and work and going to the mountains. Yeah, that too. Yeah, yeah. Alter. He comes up with these crazy ideas for a movie. But yeah, Eminem. I've never seen 8 Mile, believe it or not. But I think he was talking about the candy. Are you being serious? I can't tell sometimes if Alter's being serious or not. But any well, they made a film about the guy that came up with the flaming hot Cheetos. So I mean, they may fulfill your wish if you dream it. You know, it could happen. They can make a biopic on the guy that made Pringles. Now that would be great. But who would really be interested in watching a biopic about the man or the person who came up with Pringles? I mean, come on. You're really stretching to, you know, come up with that or to make that kind of movie. Yeah, Sergeant Rock, I've heard of that before. Yeah, I would love to meet David Arquette. That'd be cool. I do. I want to plan on going to Matt Munster party in Charlotte in February, but I already got concert tickets for that Saturday to see Journey. So I'm like, I would love to go to the convention. Do I do both? Just pull the trigger and have fun. Spend a day and a half at the convention, and then on the way back hit the concert. I think I might do that. Uh, from what I do know this that for the one in February, the Mad Monster party, I do know that Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum is going to be there, and they're teasing that Kiefer Sutherland's going to be there and Jason Patrick, so that might be a good roster. Hey Gabo, hey Connor, yeah, I'm having a good weekend, just chilling right now. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going back and forth if I want to do both or if I just want to do one or the other because I haven't been to Charlotte in 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. It would be fun to get away. Yeah, it's weird because I haven't been to a concert in years, and Journey would be like fun, a good concert to go to, and it's only an hour away from here, so yeah, I guess did that movie. I guess it annihilated you, right? Yeah, me, him, and Scotty, we did a commentary for that movie last night, and it was awful to rewatch again. but it was fun. Favorite Muppets project? I haven't seen a whole lot of the Muppets movies. Maybe Muppet Treasure Island by default because I've seen that one. Yeah, I do like once in a while I'll go to Goodwill or Salvation Army and see what they have. But lately they don't have much in terms of movies. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, there's one convention that I go to in Raleigh here, like in May, but I didn't go last year. To be honest with you, there wasn't a whole lot of people for that one, and that one is a more smaller convention. So I haven't been to a convention in about since May of 2022. So it's been a year and a half, but I want to do a convention again next year. Maybe go to one or two. I have no idea. But I've been to Orlando before. Actually, I've been to Florida a couple of times. Um, but yeah, I've been to Universal, but that was a long time ago when they still had the Jaws ride. And I rode that back in the day. But yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the last time I went to a Goodwill, I looked and they didn't have crap for movies. They just had, even for books, I looked around, but nothing really interesting. But we have like, you know, three or four of them around here. Uh, yeah. I've never seen Freddy's Dead, by the way. The only Elm Street movies that I've seen are the first four and A New Nightmare. Yeah. I know that's weird, but let's see what's out there. Movie news. Okay, so for people that are interested in the Bambi slasher, Bambi the Reckoning, the slasher starts filming in January. Ah, Jesus. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I went back in 2003. Yeah, so that was a long time ago. And yeah, Universal's fun. I think you'll have fun. Yeah, they're doing a Bambi slasher. Man, they're already talking about doing the third Hocus Pocus, and I'm like, why? The second one sucked. But they're doing it. The Fall Guy, that looks fun. The trailer for the Fall Guy. I look forward to that. What if you were watching a Rocky movie and there's no boxing and it would be a bad movie, I guess. Yeah, exactly. I mean, just like the Winnie the Pooh thing and the Blood and Honey, like they're already making the sequel to that one. Has anybody seen the Winnie the Pooh slasher that came out last year? I know I also read that for the Highlander reboot, they want to incorporate Queen music again and a Queen soundtrack, and I'm like, no, don't do it. Ass juice. I've never seen the. I don't want to. I'm not watching the Grinch horror film. Not on my own. It might just out of you know curiosity. That's the only way it can make money. People are just going to be curious about that movie. Apparently, the A24 is doing this movie called Death of a Unicorn with Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd. John Carpenter is providing the score. Yeah, so that's happening. I've never seen Jade. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I asked the same question. Why are they making these slashers? I mean, who's next? You know, yeah, I can't stand it. I'm not watching Blood and Honey, that's for sure. Yeah, so it says right here, production is wrapped on Death of a Unicorn. It has Jenna Ortega, Paul Rudd. It's an A24 movie. Here's the plot. You have Paul Rudd, who's the father. The daughter is played by Jenna Ortega, and they accidentally hit and kill a unicorn while en route to a weekend retreat, where his billionaire boss seeks to exploit the creature's miraculous properties. So, is it a horror film? Is it a drama? Is it a fantasy movie? Yeah, Peter Pan horror film. That's going to be next. That just sounds like a weird movie. Let me go to Cinema Blend here. Yeah, I don't watch Big Brother, so it might be a thriller. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, A24 just depends with me because I like uncut gems. Uh, X I've seen, but I don't remember much about it. Um, I haven't seen Pearl. I haven't seen Hereditary. Is that A24? Midsommar. Haven't seen. Okay, I'll go to Screen Rant. Let me try that. There's nothing on Screen Rant. I mean, nothing. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I really enjoyed that. I mean, it's not a horror film, but I did enjoy that quite a bit. Let me go back to Movie Web. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, maybe I've seen like one or two horror movies that they've put out. I'm not watching Beau is Afraid. I've heard some stuff about that. That might be your type of movie, but or if anybody else likes that movie in the chat. But I've heard some crazy things about that movie. Uh, but yeah, it depends with me with A24. I think I would be interested to see if they could tackle, like other genres. What could they do with a sci-fi movie, or what can they pull off with an action movie? Comingsoon.net. I think I was just on, like, I was on there a minute ago. Yeah. But let me see here. Euphoria is getting season 3. Aren't you guys excited for that? Raise your hand if you're excited for another season of Euphoria. Give me a hand emoji. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that in the theater back when it came out. I think in like 2012. I have to rewatch it again. I remember having some fun with it, but I did see it when it came out. But I haven't seen it since then. So, which is what, 11 years ago, 12 years ago? Is that like a hand that you look forward to it, or are you being okay? Do you like Euphoria? I haven't seen one episode of Euphoria. I know some friends of mine have, and um, they were paid to do like a live reaction to the show. I felt bad for them. I don't know. It's just I can't get into it just by the looks of it. Let me see. For people that like that movie Fall, apparently they're developing a Fall 2 and Fall 3. I did like that movie. I have it on Blu-ray. I did like Fall. I'm not saying it's a perfect movie, but I like the idea of it. These two ladies being stuck on top of a tower. I don't know what they can do with the part 2 and 3. I mean, didn't they learn the first time? Don't climb up thousands of feet unless you're going to have like new characters and it's going to be like a new scenario. But I don't know what they could do with a part 2 and 3. Okay, I mean, yeah, like I said, I haven't seen one episode of Euphoria, but I just don't know if it would be for me. I mean, there's other stuff I'd rather watch with that kind of content that I'm aware of when it comes to that show. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard some good things about that movie, The Menu. Uh, maybe I can let me see if it's on this site right here. Like that, I've heard some good things about, and I wouldn't mind checking out the menu. Yep, it's right here. I see it. So I may have to check that one out. And there's a lot of I would like to check out some newer movies this year. I mean, I've seen some. I'm not watching Five Nights at Freddy's. I know that's making some bank right now, but I don't know. But I am curious about that one, the menu, the Super Mario Brothers movie, Killers of the Flower Moon. I want to check out at some point. Oppenheimer. I want to check that out at some point. A movie festival? Sure. Maybe it's a good idea to not reboot Blade. How about that? Let's not, you know, go any further with that movie. Cancel it, scrap it, and throw it in the trash. The only Blade I Wesley Snipes' Blade. End of story. Yeah, so this website that I go to sometimes I just kind of see what they have because they have newer movies, but you have to like look at to see if they're in HD quality or cam quality. And by the way, I did watch the Sly documentary. It was just it was what it was. It was a biography, but don't expect anything like about his movies. They talk about the first Rocky quite a bit. They talk about First Blood for a little bit. They talk about uh, Copland. They talk about Copland for like 2 minutes, and they talk about Rocky Balboa, but they don't talk about Rambo 4. They talk about the first Expendables movie and how the injuries that he got from that movie to this day he still feels those injuries. But that's about it. I mean, you're not gonna get anything about his filmography. So I don't know, just something about it just kind of felt underwhelming to me. And I kind of knew that going in. It was more of like a biography, but selfishly, I'm kind of like, talk about your movies, talk about Cobra, talk about, Demolition Man and Cliffhanger. But that's just me. Yeah, and I like that actor. I mean, I liked him in the Green Book movie, but I don't see him as Blade. I can't buy him as Blade. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather watch Willy's Wonderland with Nick Cage. Like that was more fun. It wasn't like scary, scary, but it was fun for what it was. And I don't from the stuff I've heard about Five Nights at Freddy's, what's scary about it? I mean, I've heard it's not much of a horror film. Yeah, I would say like Arnold, like I watched all three parts of the Arnold documentary, and when he talks about his movies, yeah, that's the best part. So yeah, I think Arnold did a better job uh, with his documentary because the Sly documentary was like an hour and a half, and I'm like, that's it. I mean, there's a lot to talk about, and not a lot of stuff was mentioned. They just talked about his childhood and some of the trauma that he went through as a child, and they talked about the popularity of the first Rocky, and that's kind of it. I The Banana Splits movie, I wasn't even a big fan of either. There's some good kills in that, but it's not great by any means. Maybe that one. Now here we go again. Um, Woody Allen, the Jolly Green Giant can stomp him. Wood Chipper. You know what? Put Woody Allen in the Wood Chipper, Billie Eilish, Jolly Green Giant, and the flock of turkeys can take care of Amy Schumer. I guess. Well, Willy's Wonderland's more fun, so I would go with that one. I don't know. It's just trolls. They just, these trolls, they just come out of the woodwork. Yeah, last night during the commentary, there was like one random comment, and we blocked them real fast. I mean, but it was just stupid. Um, but yeah, he came out of nowhere. I've never seen him before, and he's a nobody. Yeah, he was just a nobody. I've never seen the Fall Guys series, but the movie looks fun. Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, same guys that directed Bullet Train. I'm down for it. They should have that guy direct more movies. David Leitch. Yeah, David Leitch. Didn't he also do Deadpool 2? Have him direct more movies. Bullet Train was a lot of fun. I like Deadpool 2 quite a bit. Have a good one, Alter. Let me see what's on the X. Twitter. Yeah, honestly, he should direct a Mortal Kombat movie. Like he's a more appropriate choice, a better choice. Why is it that in the case of like the reboot, the Mortal Kombat reboot, why is it that they always get these directors that don't know what they're doing, or like they get the safest directors as possible? Yeah, a Magnum PI movie only if Tom Selleck came back. Damn it! If Tom Selleck came back, yeah, but I would not want to watch a Magnum PI movie. I don't watch the new series. If Tom Selleck came back tomorrow and said, "I'm coming back as Magnum PI," David Leitch is directing the movie, I would watch it in a heartbeat. Sadly, half the cast is dead, um, or passed away. I mean, I meant to say it like that. But Higgins is gone, TC's gone. Like the only two that are left is Tom Selleck and Rick. Yeah, they're keyboard warriors. Yeah, whenever, they pop up, you just have to, call them out and then block them. That's what I do. I like to have fun and, call them out. Got a notification. Bruce Willis is not going to return anytime soon. He's nonverbal because of his dementia or aphasia. So I don't think that's happening. Bruce Willis he's done. He's unfortunately dealing with a disease and he's nonverbal. Unfortunately. So I don't know if I don't know if you haven't heard, Alex, but that's the unfortunate news. He can't really communicate. Yeah, Bullet Train was fun. Isobar, Emmerich made Isobar. Maybe we wouldn't have got Universal Soldier. Yeah, I mean, I think it would have been fun back in the day if maybe around that time, maybe after Universal Soldier. Maybe instead of Stargate, he could have. Sorry, maybe instead of Stargate, he could have done that movie, or maybe right after Stargate. Maybe around that time period, maybe 94 or 5. But that's a film, like Stargate, I've seen before, but I don't remember much about it. And it's weird because I love the series, the SG-1, series. But yeah, Isobar should have happened back in the day. Yeah, I mean, well, okay, then maybe we could he have done it after that? I don't know. Maybe Sly was too busy just, gearing up for Copland and stuff. Yeah, it's a hypothetical. I kind of like to think, maybe if, let's say, if you took out Stargate, I would have loved to have seen Isobar. Um, if I had to pick one movie out of Emmerich's biography, or just kind of again, I'm just thinking out loud. Yeah, I mean, a Stargate. I think I got it. Like I have it somewhere. I have it on DVD, maybe, but I need to rewatch it again because like the first time I watched it, I was kind of like meh on it. Um, Soldier, it's the same thing. I think I would like that if I would like watch the entire film because I don't remember much about Soldier, but I think I would like that movie now. I do like Breakdown. I don't know if you ever seen Breakdown, but that's a good one. That came out around the same time as Soldier. Yeah. Yeah, Bullet Train was a fun ride. Had good cast and good characters. Emmerich was going to direct a Gargoyle live action movie. Huh. Interesting. But I would love to give, Stargate another shot and Soldier. I've, to be honest, I've never seen any of the Resident Evil movies. I know that's weird. Who was ranting on Victor Salva? Yeah, I do have Soldier. I know that. Um, I'm trying to like scan the collection over here. I know I do have Soldier. I have to check it out. Yeah, I remember the Gargoyles cartoon from back in the day, but I haven't seen it in so long that I don't remember much about it. I saw on DVD the other day at Walmart. They had the whole like Goof Troop series on DVD, and I'm like, oh my god, I haven't seen that in so long. For people that remember that little goofy cartoon, I mean, I would think that. I mean, from what I understand, that the first one is the best. Um, but I mean, what did they? How many did they make? Like seven or eight or nine? Yeah, I've never really like played the games. That's another thing. Like I haven't really. I wish I was more into the. Not that I wouldn't be into the games, but I just never got around to playing the games. The only one that I remember playing was way back when, like on the first PlayStation. I vaguely remember playing a little bit of Resident Evil, but I never really got too heavy into the franchise. I've heard some crazy things about that movie, Raccoon City. Okay, six of them. Okay, yeah, I lost count for a little bit, but I think I would like the first Resident Evil movie. Uh, but yeah, like I said, I don't know why I never really got around to playing more of Resident Evil. When PlayStation came out, I was all about Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal, love that. I was playing those types, like those games. There you go, Jamie. Oh, is there any update on that? Like the last thing I heard was that Jamie Foxx was going to play Spawn. Yeah, Tekken 3 for PlayStation. I remember playing that quite a bit. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I think maybe I do have the first movie on DVD, but that's it. Yeah, speaking of, there was an Army Men game for PlayStation. I remember now that you mention it. There was a Jackie Chan Stuntmaster for PlayStation. I remember that one. Uh, I'm thinking. I used to have a couple of WCW games for PlayStation, like WCW Thunder. Like I can still remember to this day, like going to Toys R Us and picking out PlayStation games. Whenever this was back in like '97 or '8, which is insane. Yeah, those early ones were fun. I got the only thing that I have now is a PlayStation 4, and I need to start gaming a little bit more. Yeah, that's all I have right now is a PlayStation 4, and I just have a few games, but Yeah, lately I just haven't played a whole lot. I have a Steam account, and if I want to play something on PC, like RoboCop, Rogue City, which that looks fun, like something I would love to play. And let me figure out. Let me see how much it is. $50. Oh wow, $50. I think I might wait a little bit because I do want to play the game, but I don't know if I want to fork out $50 right now. That's just me. Hey Quinn, right on target in the chat. Not much, just streaming here. I wish I could get a PS5. Okay, I will check that out. Yeah, so with that, I know me and Matt Thomas, we were gonna start, doing that discussion series. And I've been hitting up Matt Thomas about it, and he's just been tied down with stuff. And uh, like I've been ready to kind of get it going, and I don't want to start without Matt, so I've been kind of waiting on him a little bit, and he's again got some stuff going on. So we're ready, but it's just a matter of schedule. I've never played Alan Wake, so I don't know much about that series. But I want to play RoboCop Rogue City, damn it. But I don't want to pay $50 right now. Maybe before the end of the month. Maybe. Can I get my Okay, there you go. Yeah, it just looks like a very fun, enjoyable game. Like I wasn't sure about it when I was seeing like previews of it, but I'm watching gameplays on YouTube and I'm like, man, I want to play this game. Like we finally get a video game based on an 80s character, a RoboCop, and it looks like, they put a lot of work into it. And Peter Weller is back as RoboCop. Yeah, I don't know much about I'm trying not to watch too many playthroughs because I want to play it for myself. So I'm just waiting. I'm waiting right now. I mean, I got too many tabs open. Yeah, I've heard of Alan Wake, but I've never played it. No, I don't know what that is. You know what? Yeah, get David Leitch to direct a Street Fighter movie. That'd be fun. It'd be insane. But I'll probably go on for another 30 minutes here. I want to try like one of the Hitman games for PC, but I don't know how it would fare. Like how it would, work out. Like it would work on this computer. I'm very weary about the gameplay. I want to check out Twin Peaks. I want to get the whole the Blu-ray set. Like Twin Peaks would be a show I would love to check out. Why am I doing this? I don't know. Don't know what that is. Yeah, I mean, well, not the new Hitman games, but like uh one of the old ones, like Hitman Absolution, which I have played for the Xbox 360, I believe. And I see that it's on Steam here, and I've played it before. I just don't know how it would compare to, like if it would be as fun on the PC or what have you. Hitman Blood Money, I remember that one. I just have too many tabs open, so let me close out some tabs here. There you go. Yeah, Blood Money I had on PlayStation 2, I believe, and Absolution was fun. Uh, and that's still $20 on Steam. So maybe as like a test soon, I can try like Blood Money or something just to kind of, test the waters and see if this, PC can still. Like I've played DSX on this PC, and that's older. uh, so maybe as a test, I'll try something out soon. Chasm the Rift. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, like I said, we're geared up and stuff. Um, and I'll ask Matt again if like maybe if somebody can tag in for an episode or if he's up for that. Because I know Matt's got stuff going on. So yeah, I mean anybody's invited. Like if we make it a 3-person or a 4-person in like an episode, I'm up for that. I just have to talk to Matt, see if he's okay with it. The Suffering. Okay, never heard of that one. Oh, my phone's right here. How come I've never heard of The Suffering? Hey, how's it going? Daniel? Okay. I'm gonna have to check some of those out. The Suffering, one or two are good games. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Repaying 2. Huh. Okay. I might have to write some of these down and see which ones or which one that I want to try out. Yeah, like I said, I have a Steam account, so I mean I can maybe check out one and but I haven't done any PC playthroughs in a while, so I would have to kind of test one out and see how it goes. But I'm going to go on for like 20 more minutes here. So if people want to, you know, ask questions, ask as many as you want. All right, I have to watch out for some of these games that you guys are talking about. Well, for the people that are watching, for the few people that are in here, it just depends on what game. But would anybody be interested in PC playthroughs or anything of that? Which I haven't done a whole lot of that on the channel. But if you guys are interested in that, I might do it. Give me a hand. Or, hand emoji. Yeah, David Leach would have been perfect for, Mortal Kombat. To me, he makes more sense than who they got for the reboot. It would have been exciting. Okay. The Dusk or Dusk? Okay. All right. I mean, I could try, but I'm not going to be great at it. Like, I don't have a Twitch account or anything of that nature. Or maybe, I think Quinn, he does it. Do you do it like, StreamYard style where you play and, um, have the camera on? Maybe I could do that. I don't know. Yeah, I know. That's what matters is that you have fun. I am ready to get up out of this chair. I've been sitting here for 2 hours almost. But after I'm done with this stream, I'm going to run to the store, come back and relax. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so I might have to do StreamYard, like do it StreamYard style. Because you can screen share. I don't remember that one. Yeah, I'm about to, get some lunch here in a bit. I'm gonna run to the store and get a couple of things, grab some lunch, come back and relax. Tomorrow back to work. And then, kind of plan some videos for this week. Cyberpunk. Okay. Okay, so last time when I played Days Gone, I was doing a couple of playthroughs of it, and then like the PS4 shut down. Like it just kind of turned off by itself, and after that, I just kind of stopped. Maybe like maybe I should plug up the PS4 again and see how it would work. I mean, it works great, um, but I don't know what was going on last time. It just kind of, just kind of shut off by itself, and I just kind of stopped doing playthroughs. I did enjoy a little bit of the game. Well, I'm about to sign off here in about 15, well, 10 minutes or so. Some other time, because I haven't really done like a solo live stream in a while. And man, I know it's, you know, early in the day here on this Saturday, uh, but I can't really stay up tonight. So I wanted to get in a live stream and go for a bit here solo. Yeah, I remember I just, you know, I had fun with it until that started happening. So I was like, well, I'm just going to stop on the playthroughs for now. And I haven't played it since. And that was a year ago or more. I want to try Resident Evil just to kind of, you know, get into a little bit. Like, I don't know which one should I start with because I haven't really, like I said, I don't know much about the games. The remake, okay. I'll have to do that. But 10 more minutes here and we'll wrap it up. So for anybody that wants to ask questions, Paw Patrol. Do you really think I watch Paw Patrol? I don't know much about it, and it's not for me, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think who else would be perfect for, you know, let's say the reboot of Mortal Kombat. If I could pick another director, um, yeah, I do have Stargate. Believe it or not, I see Stargate right there in the collection. So, Jamie, if you're still watching, yeah, I do have Stargate. It's right there. It's underneath the Evil Dead remake, and it's above the Crush with Alicia Silverstone. I do have it. Yeah, that'd be a good choice. No, I would not watch Paw Patrol. I mean, it's a kids show. Why? Why? I know you mean well, but I do you think I'm the audience for that? The audience for Paw Patrol is like what, 2 year olds, 3 year olds? Uh, I got to go with Star Trek. I think Star Trek is my favorite. Yeah, Gareth Evans. That'd be cool. I have played Far Cry 3 and I did enjoy that. I had that for 360 maybe. And I did enjoy Far Cry 3. No, is that the one I'm thinking about? Yeah, Far Cry 3. I'll have to check and like go through Steam and see if they have 5 and A New Dawn. I've never played Fear. I mean, I've heard of Paw Patrol, but I've never, you know, like if I'm flipping through the channels, I'm not watching it because I know it's a kids show. Far Cry 2. Okay. Yeah, I mean, for kids under 3, it's become a worldwide phenomenon. And I mean, I know that didn't they do a movie? But it's kind of like Dora the Explorer. I mean, it's not something that I would watch. I mean, I'm not being mean about it. It's just something that I would not never watch. I mean, it's just something that again, it's not. I'm not the target audience. Okay, I'm gonna have to check out Fear. Back in the day, I would say back in the early mid '90s, I was about like, damn, can't talk. Okay, so I was into Power Rangers first, and then Pokemon. So I would say in that order, and then I grew out of it. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the stuff from back in the day on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, like even as an adult, I can still watch some of that stuff. Like, to me, that's classic stuff, classic cartoons, classic shows. Like, I can't see 20 years from now, a kid who was, a kid today is going to look back on Paw Patrol and say, oh, yeah, I look back on that fondly. I don't know. It's just not the same for me. And then again, that's just, I don't see that as like the same. I mean, back then you had cartoons that were kind of adultish. They were, kids watched these cartoons, but sometimes they would throw in like an adult type joke or, an adult type humor that would go above your head. But as you get older, you understand. Yeah, Ed and Eddie. Like Ren and Stimpy, that would never be made today. Rocco's Modern Life. I mean, there's some things in there that as a kid you don't understand, but as an adult you understand. So I mean, cartoons now, they're just way too safe. They're afraid to go there. I think that's the big difference. It seemed like cartoons back then, kind of took a little bit more risk. But maybe I'm just screaming at the moon. Okay. So they're adapting Fear and Saints Row. How would Saints Row work as a movie? Isn't it like a free roam, kind of like a Grand Theft Auto vibe? I don't know. I haven't really played a whole lot of Saints Row, but I thought that's what it was. Kind of like Grand Theft Auto ish. Yeah, I remember a pup named Scooby Doo. That was that was okay, but it wasn't like the original Scooby Doo. I remember the theme from that, like pup named Scooby Doo. I remember the theme, but I always preferred the original Scooby Doo. I've never played Dead Space. I know that's weird. I've heard a lot about it. All right, so I'll take one or two more questions here, and then we'll wrap up. but it's been fun. So I'll take another question or two. Ugh, I got to stretch. And I'm hungry. The Black Mirror show, never seen. Chicken soup, that sounds good. I don't know what I'm eating for lunch. I might, maybe I'll make something here, a sandwich. Bonkers, I remember Tailspin, but that's it. I don't know what the other ones are. But thank you to everybody for stopping by and hanging out with me for a couple of hours. I hope it was fun. But you guys have a good day. Thank you again. Um, and I will see you guys later and take care.